Football, soccer, sports ball, whatever you call it, we've got a review for you. This is Soccer Story, the newest entry to the sports RPG genre. The nefarious company Soccer Inc. has taken over the soccer world after the calamity. Now, no one is allowed to play soccer outside of Soccer Inc. sanctioned matches, let alone own a soccer ball. Enter twins Kai and Leo, who've lost their own father in the calamity, and have been chosen by a magical soccer ball to save the soccer-playing world. Pick your twin to play as, and begin your journey through the many realms to bring back the glorious sport of the people. And that's all you need to know about the story. Not that there's crazy secrets I don't want to spoil, but it's a simple, lighthearted plot with some silliness for good measure. Your team captains are animals, your first match is against literal toddlers, and the antagonists are not too far from Team Rocket levels of childish villainy. Soccer Story is a physics-driven adventure RPG, in that often you will need to hit targets with your magical soccer ball to complete various main and side quests, which you have manual control and aim of. You can also punt some of the evil referees in the head, which I'm sure many a soccer fan has dreamed of. Outside of this element and the matches, which we'll get to, the game functions like a basic RPG. You complete tasks for various NPCs around the map, level up your skills, solve light puzzles, and discover secrets, of which there are many. My first major point of praise is nostalgia focus. Soccer Story really made me feel like I was 10 again in its visual design, music composition, and general atmosphere. If anyone here is familiar with the old Cartoon Network Flash games, there was one called Cartoon Summer Resort, and I loved it. I hadn't experienced RPGs before this, so this little game was my first entry into the genre. And so all of those exciting, joyous memories came flooding back, and they were magnified by the stunning pixel art that Soccer Story has to offer. Damn, does this game look good. From the weed-covered signs to the beach waves, the artists of this game have crafted a treat for my eyes, and I'm a gluttonous girl. In fact, it was the art that had me playing for as long as I did. Y'all notice that drop in my tone? I've recorded this a few times and I can't get away from that drop. Because, nostalgia and pixel art aside, what is the core gameplay mechanics of the soccer matches like? Well, the mechanics are kind of sloppy. The controls are imprecise. The controlled shots of the overworld are gone when you're in matches, and instead you press B and hope your joystick aiming / your player positioning will get the shot to where you intended it to be. In our experience, this didn't happen unless you were right on top of the goalie, just sniffing their butthole. In fact, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐷𝐿 quickly learned the particular positions that allow you to just spam the goalie until they can't block anymore and you get a goal in. We also unlocked a power shot and a power slide throughout the game, but in matches we found it functionally no different than a regular shot or a regular slide. And we also thought that this was a missed opportunity for some kind of cute graphic, or maybe just spice up the matches and make the move feel meaningful. My husband was specifically thinking of the 1988 NES game Captain Tsubasa and how cool the moves looked on this very limited system, which I must say, after seeing a YouTube video of, damn, they did look pretty cool. In Soccer Story, you also have some upgrade abilities for speed, strength, energy, and shooting. You unlock and upgrade your abilities using tokens, which are earned from story missions or bought from dispensaries around the map. These upgrades did help in the matches, if only to increase your dash speed and your shooting power, or help your panda block shots better. My final thought on the soccer matches portion of the game is that the 3 minutes felt like 3 hours because of the imprecise and frankly unimpressive gameplay. Between spamming the goalie and mashing buttons to hope you get switched to the player you want to control, the gameplay left a lot to be desired. Some other little elements of the game would be digging up for bones, fishing for, well, fish, and playing other sports with your trusty magical soccer ball. The digging minigame is simple and nice, but the fishing and the other sports games are poorly explained and executed. For instance, the fishing minigame will let you just play with no explanation outside of a few button prompts at the bottom of the screen. Instead, if you want to know how to play it, you have to go back to the fisherwoman after she has given you the fishing rod and ask for more explanations. And even still, I didn't find it to be specific enough in what directions you can and should push the joystick when reeling fish in. And wow, the other sports games, like the volleyball match. Let's just say I was seeing red, and the charm of the game was officially gone at this point. Sometimes I would miss the volleyball, well really it was a soccer ball, by just a hair, and other times I would hit it from what I thought was clearly too far from where the ball was landing. Thankfully, this was an optional part. One last thing I also wanted to mention of the core gameplay is that there's some item hunting through side missions, which at first I was having a lot of fun with. I love to discover secrets and just hunt around every corner for hidden items, so I was all in. But wow, was it tedious in Soccer Story. There are so many spots to check for the hidden ticket stubs or the secret cat goals, and while the art is drop dead gorgeous, my time is not so infinite as to individually check each potential pixel of bench, bush, and seat to find all the collectibles. A little bit of guidance would have kept me hunting, but with so many options, it felt like a lost cause. Alright, let's try to balance this with a positive. The sound effects and the musical track are very nice. But also, yes, you heard that right, track, as in singular. If there's more than one track, I could not tell the difference because all I heard was the same looping, cozy sounding song that slowly but surely became tiresome. Now, talking about technical stuff, I used an Xbox controller, which is what I recommend. I did dally with keyboard and mouse, but not only did it control like hot garbage, I couldn't see the controls in the menu to familiarize myself, so I just had to guess or start a new file in order to see it from the tutorial. And finally, there's a match mode outside of the story mode where you can play 4-player local multiplayer matches. It works, but the matches bear the same issues and controls as in the story mode. Soccer Story has all the charm and visual design you could want of a video game, especially a classic-looking RPG, but its core soccer gameplay and tedious time-hunting tasks are too many fouls to contend with.